So you're showing up, you're posting workouts, and you're building your brand, but you're still not getting paid, right? I was doing everything right and even getting millions of views and still getting paid $0. But I got this one DM from this fitness brand that changed everything. And no, at this point, I did not have a big following. I didn't have an agent. I had no experience in the fitness industry. It was at this point that I took advantage of this one opportunity, and this literally changed my life forever. I am literally no different than you. I'm just a regular guy that started 105 pounds, super skinny in high school, and that is exactly why in this video, I want to break down exactly what I did, how I took advantage of that first brand deal, and was able to get 10 to 20 brand deals consecutively every single month. There's no fluff, there's no hype, there's nothing crazy, there's nothing complicated about this. This is just what I did, and this is how I was able to make 6 figures with my physique in the fitness industry. And I just want to share it with you guys so you don't have to waste months posting and trying different stuff the same way that I did. I just want to show you guys exactly where I started so that you know I wasn't born with money, I wasn't born with talent, skills, cameras. I started as a regular broke kid growing up literally in a trailer park with no money, no supplies, and no previous experience, and how I got to where I am today from just making content and shooting videos on my phone, on my capture cards, and eventually had enough to afford a camera. So how did I actually get here? So we're gonna go all the way back to 2012, right? This is where I had no direction, no plan, no experience, by the way. I was 10 years old at this time, 11 years old. I was just a boy with a dream. I had started off watching FaZe Clan, and I was inspired by them. I saw what they were doing. They were living with their boys in the house, the FaZe house, and everything. So, I mean, I started off with this. The channel names didn't even make sense whatsoever. Like, it was just that one of them was Sniper Brothers because I loved Call of Duty. And this is the setup that I had started with. This is the setup that I had. It was literally just the Xbox 360, the white crappy one with a little monitor and a keyboard. And I was recording these with a shitty Android phone, and I was recording them and posting them and uploading them. And then at some point, I just had some stupid Snapchat username. But this is the very first YouTube channel name, YouTube channel, anything. You can see that there's 2 subscribers on there. And I was using the most primitive software to be able to edit this, Sony Vegas Pro 14.0. You already know if you are a editing nerd that this is old as shit. So this is where I started. I didn't start with anything fancy. I didn't have anything crazy. I just had a dream, and I wanted to make content, and I thought it was fucking cool. So I started making a lot of different videos. The name of the channel has changed, and I still have the channel, which is why it got changed into a media channel. But you can look. I started in 2012. I was uploading in 2014, and I was making videos all through 2015. You can see where, like I said, these videos were all recorded. You can see the framing. It's shitty as fuck, and I just recorded on my phone. This wasn't even internal screen recording. There was Minecraft videos. These are all private because they were absolutely embarrassing, and they got absolutely shit views. Absolutely pooped on, right? And I made some different videos. I tried doing tech. I tried building my very first gaming computer once I had a little bit of money saved up, and once I was actually doing a couple of things, because I used to build Minecraft maps and I would sell them on Patreon and go to server owners, and I was just doing little stuff to try and make money so that I could afford a better computer. So from here, I made a lot of shitty videos, but I was making a little bit of progress, right? I wanted to make better videos. I understood that I need to make better videos in order to make more money. So with a better computer, I had enough for a capture card. I was able to start making better content. And this is where my YouTube channel, as you can see, 2 years later in 2017, we were making a little $3.95, $4, whatever. We were getting more views, we were getting more watch time, you know, it was just great, making longer videos. Subscribers are going up. This is where things were looking a little bit better. And this is where it evolved into BP Fresh was the name that I stuck with for quite a while. Now, this was a little bit later. Like I said, this is 2017, 2 years later. This is where I started to actually see money. I was getting more views. I was getting paid through Google AdSense. I was getting money from ads, right? Which is nothing crazy. Everybody knows that this is absolutely nothing crazy. This YouTube channel, I grew with my brother. We grew this to 227,000 followers. This is when Destiny came out. I took advantage of destiny. I was making reviews on exotics. This is where I was doing streams. I was doing Twitch. I was on Twitter. I was on Facebook. This is where I really took advantage of YouTube. And this is where the community and building my intros out and building different communities around specific video games. This is where I got really good. This is where I really understood what I needed to do to actually continuously make money. And this is where I had the software. This is where I had the software. This is where I had the editing down. This is where I had the graphics down. I was doing everything better. I don't want to say right, but this is where I was doing everything better, and that's why I was making a little bit more money. Now, if we wanted to get into 2016 to 2017, this is where I started to consecutively make better videos around gaming, around Minecraft. This is where I was getting consecutive views, and I was getting more views for my specific niche. This is a vidIQ tool that's telling you how many views I got compared to other videos within my niche, which is dope. And this is where I was just making better videos. I was making better videos. I was making better thumbnails. As you can tell, these aren't the best, but you know, the thumbnails got better, and I got more views, and this is where I actually started to make money. Now, throughout all of this, I really wanted to work with G Fuel. I started with FaZe. FaZe Clan was dope. I loved FaZe Clan, and I wanted to be able to take advantage of getting sponsors, and I always wanted to get a sponsor because I thought it was the coolest thing in the world to be sponsored by your favorite fucking brand. So, the extra money allowed me to get better equipment. I ended up getting a better setup. Like I said, I built my computer. I still use these speakers to this day because they're fucking dope. I actually started to be able to get more gaming equipment. I was able to get more monitors, and I was able to build the things that I actually wanted. You can see I have a bunch of stupid headphones over there. But this is where things were looking better for me, right? And this is where I had a tech channel, and this is where I was doing two completely different channels. So this is the tech channel that I started, and this is where I was starting to get sponsors because I was doing like controller reviews, technology reviews, building computers, completely separate from my actual gaming page, okay? So this is where I was trying to do different stuff like how YouTube money works and explaining how I grew my gaming channel so that other people could do it. I always love figuring stuff out and kind of being able to teach people what I have learned. But this is where I got my first taste of how brands work and how much brands can actually pay you. So between 2017 and 2019, I took a small break for high school and became a loser with friends, right? A little bit of friends, a little bit of messing around, bouncing around school, not putting as much lonely time into what I was doing before when I was actually like a younger kid. And this is where I kind of lost my way, I want to say. So in high school, my last year of high school, just posted a video about this on Flip. I did a little bit of an experiment where my very last year, I wanted to see how good I was at sports. I was always a skinny, weird kid. I was afraid of failing. I was afraid of not being fast enough, strong enough, but I was always athletic. Always outside, had to be home by the time the street lights turn on. You guys probably know about that. You might not if you're young. But last year of high school, I did an experiment. Would I have more friends? Would I be a cool kid if I played football? I played football for 1 year. I beat everybody in the county, and I set records. I was fast. I was strong. My body was super adaptive. I would come to practice for 2-3 hours afterwards just because I wanted to be better. I hate sucking. I hate losing. So I did that. And I beat everybody in the county, and I saw my potential. I was tired of being called pipe arms, and this is where my lifting journey really began for me, right? So, went to the gym, saw a little bit of progress. My body has decent genetics, I come to find out, right? And my brother, this is where I met my brother. I had never met him before, but he really helped me start to see more progress in my physique. He was helping me, he was feeding me, and he was really guiding me on what to do and what not to do and how to not fuck myself up. But he would always push me. So, when I tell you, the results literally are going to change my entire life. Every aspect of my life. My fitness, my health, my mental health, my finances, the way that I look at life, the way I walk through life. Fitness changed everything for me. Something my brother always told me is that you are too beautiful and vibrant to live an average life, which I didn't necessarily believe at the time, but I knew that there was absolutely no way I was going to ask somebody, hey, can I go to lunch? Can I use the bathroom? I knew that would never work for me, especially because I was in school, did not work for me. If a teacher said I couldn't do it, I got the fuck up out of class and I went and did it myself. I can't beg to use the bathroom. Can I use the bathroom? It's may you use the bathroom. No. But not to go on too much of a tangent, I just knew that this was never the thing. So he was right. So in 2020, I literally picked up the camera during Corona, and this is where I locked in. And Corona is where I made most of my 7 figures. Now, during Corona, before Corona, I had an entirely different lifestyle in Miami. I had to come back. My gym got shut down. My club got shut down. The beaches were shut down. Everything in Miami closed. Miami's super populated, so if everything closes, everything closes. But when I picked up the camera, and when I started taking fitness seriously and working out every single day and posting it every single day and posting the different clips, I sat there and I said, everybody is inside right now. Everybody's on their phone right now. Everybody's sad and depressed right now. What content can I make that people like, that people would enjoy, that would help everybody? And I posted every day for 3 to 5 times a day for 3 months, and you can see I was making no progress whatsoever. And after those 3 months, everything clicked, everything popped. My content got better, my content got crispier. My content had never looked this good before. It was like crap like this before, right? So after locking in and really taking the years of experience that I had and applying it, my content started to look much better. My physique started to look better. Everything really started to click for me, which was literally life-changing in every way, like I told you. This one skill, my physique, in combination with my viral social media presence, opened a lot of different doors for me. Everything from me getting more views, getting 30, 40 million views every single month. You know, like I said, 30, 40 million views. Sometimes it changed, sometimes it was less, sometimes it was more. I was able to start getting paid just from the creator earning program. The creator earning program is nothing crazy. It's just another way to make more money. Getting paid to post. I'm already doing it. Why not get paid to post? So I was making, $1,000 a month. Sometimes it was more, sometimes it was less. It was on multiple platforms, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. But brand deals. You guys want to know about brand deals. This is where I made my bread and my butter. This is where I actually made my money working with brands. So some of the brands I reached out to, right? The picture for this was too fucking big. I couldn't upload the images because this software only allows you to use like 30 megabyte pictures. But some of the brands I reached out to, and they said yes. Some of the brands like Gymshark, they reached out to me. They wanted to work with me. Some of the brands, like I said, I reached out to. I ended up working with Sonobox. I ended up working with First Form, another massive supplement company. And I ended up working with a lot of the biggest brands. Muscle Mania, I would say, is more of a talent management company, but I never allowed that. I have to be in control of everything that I do. Otherwise, I'm not doing it right. So Muscle Mania got me hooked up with a lot of different brands, bucked up long before it was actually popular. TLF, I'm sure you guys have heard of them. Fat Grips, Bench Mob, Sports Center, all of the biggest pages wanted to repost my content, use my content, pro subs. The list goes on. I've worked with a lot of different brands, and these are just a few of the over 500 screenshots and videos and literally thousands of brands that I've worked with over the past 10 years, right? Now you guys are probably like, yeah, maybe I've received some stuff from brands. Maybe I have made a little bit of money from brands, but they want to cheat me out or rip me off or whatever the case may be. You have to know your worth. You have to know your worth. You have to tell them your worth. You have to stand by what it is. And the better content you make and the more views that you can attract and the more leverage that you have, the more money you're going to make. So just a little bit of what I received in here. I can't show everything, but I can show a lot of things because some brands are private and some are not, and some have a non-disclosure because they pay other athletes more than they pay, the lower tier or ambassadors, whatever the case may be. People get paid differently. So from Meta, these are just payments from Meta. Meta is like extra pocket change. It's like fucking food, even though all my food was sponsorships in the first place. Then you have different payments for smaller brands to actually do a video with. This was one video. This was one video. This is when I worked with Hadi Abdel. A lot of people don't know, Hadi Abdel TTD Athletics is a page that I managed and I grew in the beginning. When he was first getting it kicked off and he was popping and he was working on everything, I did the back end and I worked with him on building that actual page. This was a side project. But all to say, me being in the fitness industry and me being snazzy with social media, he knew where to come to get the service that he needed. That was another door that opened for me. TikTok shop. Super simple. Super easy money. 40K. Literally just in the simplest time that I can explain, 30 days, 40K. My best month doing this has been 60K in a single month. I'm not going to sit here and say that's absolutely insane, but that is great money for somebody who is making, pennies to the dollar, doing brand deals and posting stuff for free. $1,000. This was long term. Getting more payments here. I'm still getting payments to this day in 2025, right? And then one-off videos are cool, but brand retainers are more cool. Brand retainers are where you get paid on a monthly basis, or you get paid up front to make a consistent amount of content for a brand. Because after you've built your relationship with the brand, after they see your content, after they see you show up, after they see it convert, now they're like, this is so much better than running some random ad that we hope hits. It's a creator that has trust. It's a creator that continually makes great content. We want to work with you long term. And this is where I call the brand value stacking. If you can stack a couple of these every single month, which is what I do, stack up to $10,000 worth of brand retainers with a couple of different brands, you can make a lot of money, right? And it's like, yeah, I made some money, but like, what is the purpose of making this money? Why would I want to work with brands? What does this do? Well, I was able to take my mother out of the country for the first time in literally since I was born. Since I was born, she hasn't had the opportunity to travel and do the things that she wants to and go see the world like I'm sure a lot of people want to do. Making this money has allowed me to be able to buy my dream cars as a child, work with brands that I never thought I'd be able to work with, work from literally anywhere in the world with my phone, look my best because I can feed myself the best things, hang out with the people that I want to. And like I said, just work from anywhere in the world, whenever I want to, in any place that I want to, and do anything that I can get up and do anything at any time of day, at any time of night. And I work usually at night. But that is my avenue. That is what I did to be able to achieve the dream that I wanted. I saw FaZe Clan doing it, and I was like, I can do it. I know how to do it. And I could have done it through building a business. I could have done it through, creator earnings. I could have done it through clip curation. But this is just the route that I took because I saw so much fucking potential in it. And this is what I was able to achieve through it. Now I was like, why am I yapping about this? Why am I doing this free training in the first place? Nobody else is even talking about this, right? The thing about it is, this is something I posted in my story that caught a lot of people's attention. I just asked ChatGPT to do some research for me. I was asking it, how big is the creator market going to be? How big is UGC content and brand deals? And the growth that is expected in the next 5 years is literally quadruple. It is 4x. And if I am able to make 60 to 70 to 80K in a month, what is that going to be in 4x when there's 4 times the amount of money and there's 4 times the amount of opportunity and there's 4 times the amount of brands out there that need influencers to do this? This is ChatGPT. This is Google. This is statistics that are pulled from different websites and different articles. UGC brand deals are increasing in leverage. People trust you. That's better for brands than running a random ad. You already have an audience. You already have trust. You've already done all the important things that brands need. And this is why brands need personal brands and influencers and people who can shoot content. They would rather pay you than pay a videographer or a cinematographer countless of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars to go shoot a video about a certain Airbnb, or $1,000 to shoot one video about a fucking product because they're a videographer. They can get people like you who are passionate about what you're already doing, and they would rather pay you every single time. The creator economy is going to grow. By 2030, it will have 4x'd. Growth drivers, it's absolutely insane the amount of money that you can make, the amount of content creators that are online now. So guys, brand is everything. Just build yours and take advantage of all the pre-built brands out there instead of having to build a coaching business and deal with customers who don't want to work with you or are lazy or just can't keep up. Why would you do that when you can build a brand? And by the way, you can make money from day one. We partnered with Flip specifically so you can start making in the first 24 hours, you can start making your money back. We literally have partnered with these different apps and these different brands. You don't have to have a big following. You can create super high quality content and build a portfolio and go to a company and say, hey, I would like to do this for you. You might do the first video for free, and if they like it, they'll pay you for the rest because they'd rather get you than an in-house videographer. It's like having a private jet. Instead of paying somebody different every time, instead of paying all the extra fees, you can have a consistent, reliable, 24/7 on-hand pilot. That is what they want. They want convenience. They want trustworthiness. They want consistency. So if you can provide this, whether you have a big following or whether you have a big camera, this is how you can take advantage of pre-built brands to make your full-time income. There's never been a better time in all of human history for you to make more money. Never in human history has it been easier for people at the poverty line to make more money. Never in human history has it ever been possible to make this much money in this much time with this low of barrier to entry. Now, you guys, you've seen the receipts, you've seen the process, you've seen my journey, you've seen me grow. Now, literally just picture this for 1 second. You continue to do what you already love doing, what you're doing every single day. You are paid to do it every single day. You are paid in your lifestyle, in your content. You can work from wherever you want. You can do whatever you want whenever you decide to do it. And you can build an awesome fucking community along the way. And I have met some of the coolest people and the most influential people in my life just shooting content. All of this I did from my phone. Literally all of this is from my phone. Everything started with my phone, not a fancy fucking camera. This isn't just hype. This isn't just a fad. This is going to grow and this is going to continue, and this is going to be the biggest advantage for anybody that is looking to get into content creation in the next 5 years. And believe it or not, you guys are actually early to this. It seems like everybody's doing it, but you'd be surprised how many people are still consuming and not producing. Now, if this is a vision, if this is something that you want to do, if this is something that you see feasible for you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna be posting about this every single week, showing you guys how to do this, how I've done it, my different processes, my different coaching calls that I do. And if you guys wanna fast track your success to be able to do this faster, Aesthetic Academics is the consulting company that I have personally been building since November of 2024. I was gambling around with the bull run, but dude, when I tell you, I have never been more excited about a project than building Aesthetic Academics. It's the company that I have been building and the community that I've been building so that I can show you guys exactly how to fast track everything that I did in the past 13 years since 2012. I show you exactly step by step how to do it, the blueprint, contacting, managing, and getting what you're actually worth. So if you do want to fast track your process to getting to 10K, 30K, 40K a month using brand retainers and brands and UGC content, hit the link below. I would love to see you inside. Go ahead and apply, and I would love to talk to you. And if that doesn't sound like something you want to do, I promise you, if you just continue to watch my videos and you continue to listen to the things that I'm saying and producing and showing you and the screenshots that I have for you, you can do it just as fast. I'm no different than you. I started where you're starting with 0 followers and 0 experience. So, I hope this video was helpful. And until the next video, remember to get 1% better every single day. See you guys later.